We're out here at Hardscape Mentor Studios with Greg from SEK Surebond. We have a paver application in front of us, and we're going to be talking about one of the oldest jointing options, and that is joint sand stabilization. This also may be another good option for you if you already intended on sealing your pavers. All right, Greg, we got about 100 square foot laid down here at Hardscape Mentor Studios. We cleaned this off. The pavers are dry. What's the next thing we're going to do here?
So just like poly sweep, we're going to open up the bag of sand and we're going to spread it out in a zigzag pattern, remembering not to bulldoze it. That's a great labor saving tips.
So the first thing I like to do whenever I start my sanding process is make sure that all my small pieces are in place, leaving a sand gap all the way around them, and they're exactly in the spot that I want them in.
When I'm sweeping in, I'm going to sweep parallel and perpendicular to the joints. And then when I'm sweeping off, I'm going to turn to that 45 degree to start to set the height. And then we'll move into the next step, which would be compaction.
So you can see we got the sand swept in, all the joints are filled up all the way to the top. We're going to go ahead and compact this now and consolidate that sand. For this application and using a roller compactor, you do not want to leave any sand on the top of this surface, so we're going to go ahead and blow off all of our excess sand before we bring out the roller compactor.
So after the compaction, we need to re-sweep and re-sand and then sweep off again to get the height of the sand to where we need it to be. So Dan's just simply sweeping to set the height down to the minimum 1/8 inch required joints.
So we've got the height of our sand set now in our joints. We are an 1/8 inch below the top of that joint. We've gone ahead and blew off any extra sand, and now we're ready to seal this thing.
Right. Remember, the important part of what we're doing today is we're stabilizing that loose sand, that non-polymeric sand, with the sealer. So we're going to do a method called spray, squeegee, back roll. So we're going to put down a lot of sealer. Way more sealer than we need to seal the surface of the paver. And we're going to squeegee that with our SEK double foam squeegee. We're going to squeegee that excess into the joint because I don't need that much on the surface. And then we're going to lightly back roll to even everything out.
So up until this point, it was the same process as the polymeric sanding, except for instead of putting 3 mists of water on here, we're going to seal these pavers and stabilize the sand with the SP 1300.
Correct. We're adding the polymers after the fact. And we're going to overlap a little bit with the spray, maybe 4 to 6 inches, a little more with the squeegee and a little more with the roller, so we've got a wet edge that we're working on.
We're only sealing it one time.
Just one time,
just
exactly.
Working our way down the patio.
Yeah. So just like polymeric sand, where we want to make sure the water has saturated top to bottom in that joint, we also want to get the sealer saturated down in this joint. So the best way to check, just like poly sweep, is to take a knife or a screwdriver and go down in your joint, dig a hole, and that'll tell you exactly how deep your sealer has saturated and ultimately will harden up your jointing sand. So this can be resealed every 3 to 5 years or not, and you are good to go.
Perfect. So adding that extra layer of protection is why we originally sold this to our client, put that sealer on there. This is also opening the doors up to maybe some maintenance program with this client, right?
Absolutely. It's a great idea. Every spring, potentially, you come out and do a spring cleanup by just cleaning the patio. Then every 3 to 5 years, you can do a reapplication of the sealer. And that'll help the joints last longer, as well as the surface of the paver maintain its integrity.
And once again, have that rep in your back pocket. You can see all the information that Greg has been filling us in on here today. Your SEK rep and your market can do the same exact thing before you go into any project that you haven't done before.